He explained it to me not too long ago because we had a meeting several months ago. He explained to me that they were at this talent show, which is a school right next door where we live,
Right.
Edward W. Stitt. And they were short of voice.
Right.
And Frankie, he always hung around him and, can I get in the group, can I get in the group, and this night there he was, and they said, well, okay, you want to help us out? He said, sure, I'll help out. But they didn't say he was in the group. But in his mind, he figured after that night he was in the group. But they were so successful with his participation that they kept him anyway.
Yeah. Now, when did he take over the lead?
Well, that was an arbitration that was done by George Goldberg.
Oh, okay. They heard his voice.
Well, it was not so much as audio, it was visual. George saw four tall guys and there's a small guy in the middle.
Yeah.
So George says, well, do you sing lead? So Frankie said, yeah, I sing lead. And he did the Valentine's song, Lily Maybell.
Yeah.
And he did it almost as good, if not better, than the Valentine's themselves, I was told.
Wow. And then they heard that was it.
Right.
And he saw dollar signs and...
Well, he saw something unique and different.
Yeah.
At that particular time.
Yeah.
As you know, after they hit, after 6 months, he had everybody and his mother with him. 4 guys and a little dude in the middle. Yeah. Such as was my case also.
Yeah. I remember that. There were so many groups with the little guy with the high tenor voice. I mean, and so many groups that came from that area and then downtown. I mean, I can count them off and remember them, But how did, tell me about what, your career.
Well, my career was decided for me after the success of my brother's career.
Okay.
That was due to a neighbor of ours called Lyndon Howell. And he had aspirations to sing. And he knew another individual who was in the singing group himself called Rosilio Rocca.
That sounds like a paisano.
No, this is Rosilio
Rocca.
Roca. Right. And he's from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, okay.
At any rate, they had groups of their own. And they decided to merge. Lyndon happened to be a friend of the family, so he approached me, and I said, sure, I'll be in the group. But I thought I was in the background, because when I sang with my brothers, that's what I did. I sang in the background. And he says, oh, no, you gotta sing lead. I said, sing lead? I said, hey, man, that's heavy. He said, hey, your brother can do it, you can do it too.
That's the deal.
That was the real deal. Well, he was a businessman at a very early age.
This was Rocca.
This was Lyndon Howell.
Oh.
And Lyndon, incidentally, he was younger than Rosilio. Rosilio was 19 at the time. We called him the old man.
The old man, he was hanging out with some young kids.
Well, hey, Picasso did.
I hear you. But listen, I remember seeing a movie in 1959, 57 I think, even before that, with Jamboree, 58, 57, 58, with Fats Domino, and then all of a sudden I saw these young guys and there was this little guy in the middle and there happened to be you. I mean, wow, that blew my mind, because a year later, I remember, or 2 years later, I remember calling you on the phone and talking to you in 1959 or 1960. And I remember looking in the phone book for Lyman, saying Frank J. Lyman listed. You remember that? No, and listen, folks, I will tell you this. I was a young groupie back then. I would have died for any record I could find by the teenagers or the teen chords. and I became an oldie collector. You know, in 1962, can you imagine that? I was, 1961, I was looking after trying to find stuff from the 50s and all the groups that sounded like the Teenagers. The Chanters, Bud Johnson and the Chanters, the group from Cincinnati, the Students, and Ohio, wherever they were from, you know. You know, just so many groups. I mean, it was like coming out of your ears, you know. I mean, damn. Tiny Tim and the Hits. I mean, wedding bells are ringing. I mean, everybody was trying to sound like Frankie Lymon. I mean, it was unreal, really, you know. And you know,
but at the same time, they were the first real crossover group.
That's the thing. But that George Goldner had that in mind. I would assume, you know, when he
heard it.
Yeah.
He heard it.
Because everybody loved them. How many times were they on? Well, how many times was Frankie or the Teenagers on Ed Sullivan?
Well, Frankie was on there once.
Once.
If I'm not mistaken, he was on there twice.
No, he was on there more than that, man. I've seen him on there at least 3 times. I mean, he was on there 58, 57. He was on there singing Melinda. And A Portable on My Shoulder, that's 58.
I believe you're right. 3 times. I thought it was 2.
He was on there a few times.
I thought it was just 2.
Well, it might have been twice, but I've seen him sing. Yeah, no, I think it was, well, maybe it was another show I saw him on. He was on the Clay Cole show a few times, right? More than once.
Yo, definitely one.
Yeah, on Clay Cole, because I remember he came out in a sailor's a little kid, like a sailor's outfit. He really looked funny. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.